Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First to Four. I'm Dan Santella.
And I'm Kelly Volk. The Federal Trade Commission released new information on scams in South Dakota. The FTC says they collected more than 6,000 reports of fraud from various agencies, and South Dakotans lost almost $13 million to scammers.
I was shocked at the dollar amount and then at the number of victims. Over 6,000 victims reported. So I want to say first, that's the great thing. People are empowered to report and should never be embarrassed if they are a victim of a scam, because these people are very savvy and they're criminals at the lowest level.
Imposter scams and identity theft were the top two types of scams targeting Kelloland, but there's something even more sinister headed for Kelloland. We'll tell you about that coming up at 5.
Rapid City authorities are currently searching for an escaped inmate. State prison inmate Blake Two Eagle has been placed on escape status. Reports say he left the Rapid City Minimum Center without authorization yesterday. Two Eagle is 24 years old. He is 5 feet 11 inches tall. He's serving a sentence for second-degree burglary from Pennington County. If you see Two Eagle or know of his whereabouts, you're asked to contact law enforcement immediately.
Let's get a check of the weather now. A little cooler as we head into the weekend.
Yeah, not quite as warm as it had been the last couple days, huh, Megan?
That is right, Dan and Kelly, but we do have a slight warm-up as we head into Sunday and the first half of next week. All of our temperatures still at or slightly above normal, though. In Sioux Falls, we've had thick cloud cover all day. Right now, 36 degrees, a northwest wind at 18 miles an hour. We did have a few flurries earlier this afternoon in Pierre. Those have now come to an end. Still dealing with thick cloud cover, though. 33 degrees, a north wind at 11. 37 right now in Yankton, 31 in Brookings and in Sisseton, 29 in Mobridge, 31 in Buffalo, and 36 degrees in Custer. We do have that northwest wind still at 10 to 20 miles an hour with a few higher wind gusts still. Those winds will die down as we head through tonight and stay light as we head through the weekend. We've been dealing with the thicker cloud cover all day. Southwestern South Dakota finally getting a break from those clouds, getting a little bit of sunshine as we head through the early afternoon hours. So for tonight, light winds, partly to mostly cloudy skies. 24 are low in Sioux Falls, 22 in Aberdeen, 23 in Pierre, and 21 in Rapid City. We'll keep the winds light as we head into tomorrow. Another partly to mostly cloudy day. Temperatures much like today, though. 39 the high in Sioux Falls, 37 in Aberdeen and in Pierre, 35 with a few sprinkles possible in Rapid City. Then on Sunday, we get some sunshine, a west to southwest wind bringing in some warmer air. 43 the high in Sioux Falls and Aberdeen, 46 in Pierre, and 47 in Rapid City. Monday through Wednesday keeps our temperatures well above normal, and then we do get a chance of a few light sprinkles. We'll take a look at that with your mostly dry 7-day forecast in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Megan. A young man from Florida will be running in honor of fallen Moody County Chief Deputy Sheriff Ken Prorock tonight. We met Zachariah Cartledge when he was 11 years old after running for Deputy Lee Weber of the Hughes County Sheriff's Office 4 years ago. Now the 15-year-old and founder Running for Heroes will do the same for Prorock.
Every single time I have a new run to do, I always get upset with that because I know that that's another community that's grieving through a loss of somebody. So yeah, I don't like to run in those situations.
Cartledge has run over 1,400 miles in honor of fallen first responders since beginning in 2019. Later tonight, we'll share what inspires him to continue running.
Sports betting will likely be a hot topic at the Minnesota State Capitol again. Last year, Minnesotans legally bet nearly $4.6 billion. That's a record. But if you want to legally bet on the Super Bowl, tough luck. Unlike Las Vegas, sports betting is still against the law in Minnesota. Alan Henry has a look at the state of play and why off-the-book betting websites could cost you more than your wager.
And we know 1 in 4 American adults are going to place a bet on Sunday.
That's more than 68 million people expected to bet billions of dollars. But Minnesotans won't be part of the action, at least not legally.
Likely they're going to offshore sites.
Susan Sheridan Tucker is the executive director of the Minnesota Alliance on Problem Gambling. She compared illegal offshore websites to an international game of whack-a-mole with no rules except the oldest one: the house always wins.
They're very, very predatory, so they'll offer new bonuses to you to keep you playing because it's to their advantage to keep you active in the game, because the longer you play, the likelihood you're going to lose more.
According to a state report, 5% of Minnesotans are either problem gamblers or at risk of developing a problem. Some of them aren't even adults.
Things slip through the cracks. We know that high schoolers are gambling. We have 6,000 high schoolers in this state that indicate that they're having a problem with gambling.
We invest almost half the money in problem gaming.
Representative Zach Stevenson has introduced a bill to legalize sports betting in Minnesota.
There are a small number of people for whom gambling is a serious addiction, and no less serious than being addicted to a substance, a drug, right? So we need to make sure that we are addressing that problem.
Tucker says it's a conversation that needs to be happening now before it potentially comes to everyone's phones legally.
We want parents to be talking to their kids about gambling addiction just as they would about alcohol and smoking and vaping and drug use, because it does the same thing to the brain.
Alan Henry, WCCO News.
Super Bowl bets are expected to shatter the record set just last year.
The Sioux City Community School District violated Iowa's Open Meetings Act. That's the decision from an Iowa judge after a former superintendent sued the board over closed session meetings in 2022. The superintendent claimed these meetings were illegal because instead of serving as yearly evaluations, they were held to discuss complaints against him. The trial began on January 16th last month, with testimony for the trial ending after just one day. A second phase of the trial is expected to determine remedies, penalties, or mitigation in the case.